Hello, guys, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We are going to begin with Robert Lewandowski, as it has been reported that Barca do not want to take risk with the superstar's recovery amid high chance of a relapse. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about this transfer report, claiming that Barcelona wants to sign another midfielder similar to Pedri Gonzalez, and they are saying that three options are on the table. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona were dealt with a major blow earlier this week when it was confirmed Robert Lewandowski picked up a hamstring injury that effectively ruled him out on the sidelines for at least 2 weeks. The injury, which was sustained during Barcelona's league loss against Almeria, was not thought to be serious. In fact, a new update on Monday indicated that the forward only has an overload in his hamstring. That means Lewandowski does not technically have a major injury. But according to Mundo Deportivo, Barca do not want to take any risk with the Pole's fitness, as there is still a high chance of relapse. The forward's overload is indeed strong, and the player himself does not feel overly comfortable. That is why Barcelona are not willing to take any chances, especially knowing how important he is to the team. With 25 goals in 31 matches in all competitions, the former Borussia Dortmund star has indeed been the leader of Barca's front line this season. His contributions in front of goal have played a key role in helping the team remain on top in La Liga. But Lewandowski is not fit enough to be back on the pitch, and as things stand, he will not only miss Thursday's Clasico, but also the next league game against Valencia. The idea for Barca is to hand him a few minutes during the game against Athletic Club on March 12. A week later, Barca set to meet Real Madrid once again in the league. The club are hoping to have the Pole available and fully fit for that game. In addition to Lewandowski, Barca should also be boosted by the return of other injured players such as Ousmane Dembele and Pedri ahead of the league clash against Real Madrid later this month. Lewandowski have not been fine, since the game against Almeria, and fortunately, it's not a major injury like how many people expected. It's a minor injury, and the player is not feeling that comfortable to play. Barca don't want to take a risk, knowing that we are playing El Clasico, in the Copa del Rey first leg at the Santiago Bernabeu, which definitely having Lewandowski could have been very, very important. But Barca don't want to go for that risk because you can put him on the pitch and something happens, a relapse happens, and it just turns into a very, very big injury that will cost us our season. So it's just something to sacrifice him. We understand that the game against Real Madrid is never easy. And knowing that there are other key players that are not still available for this clash, it's going to be very tricky for us to compete. But we just have to sacrifice and hope that we try to get the results. Lewandowski, even though he has not been in his best, to be honest, Lewandowski will need his goals. Lewa has not been banging the goals that he usually did, especially before the World Cup. But after the World Cup break, it has been noticed that Lewandowski have had a dip in form. And when we even look at his position on the field, most of the times he does not still really go more centrally. I don't know if it's all because of Xavi's instructions or influence, saying that he should try to be more of a playmaker as well, help the team from the back and things like that. And sometimes you see Lewandowski not in the center, sometimes he's in the left or right, or he's more deep than before. And I think that was contributed. But Xavi needs to understand that we need that goals. Whereas Lewandowski was banging the goals, and was helping the team. But now, before want to win games, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, Barca don't score again. Where is the kind of attacking footballer we need? We don't. We don't. Goal scorers are not. The wingers that we have, they don't know how to score. Dembele don't know how to score. Rafinha doesn't score. Ferran doesn't score. And if Lewandowski that they are hoping for doesn't score, who then will score? So it's a big problem that we need to. It's something that can cost our season if Xavi does not rectify this issue as soon as possible. We hope that Lewandowski can return as soon as possible. He will be missing the Valencia match as well on Sunday, so it's a big blow for us. Let's hope that he recovers fast so that he can help the team. Then on to the final story of discussion. Over the past few games, it has become quite clear that Barcelona are not the same team without star midfielder Pedri on the pitch. The 20-year-old is out injured, and in his absence, the Catalans have lacked a creative spark from the midfield, which has cost them in matches. Manager Xavi Hernandez wanted to sign a midfielder of a similar profile in last summer itself, but it could not be done. However, with the issue of rearing its head again in Pedri's injury and false absence, the Barca boss will again ask the technical staff to sign a new midfielder who has similar characteristics to Pedri, according to Mundo Deportivo. As per the report, Barcelona will look for a midfielder who can act as a creative medium, who can keep the ball under pressure, to be able to play precise short and long passes, create assists as well as carry a goal threat, so that the team is not overly dependent on Pedri. The report further adds that Barca have several options on their radar, with Man City's Bernardo Silva seen as the ideal candidate by the club and the manager. The 28-year-old was on Barca's radar last summer as well, with Xavi seeing him as the right player to either partner Pedri or carry the burden on his absence. Silva's technique, style of play, and tactical intelligence would make him the perfect fit for the club's scheme of things, as per the report. Another player who is seen as suitable to perform this role is Silva's City teammate Ilkay Gundogan. The 32-year-old will be a free agent in the summer and is seen as a genuine option at Camp Nou, with Matteo Alemany even meeting his agent recently. Xavi is also understood to like Villarreal veteran Dani Parejo. The 33-year-old had been a Barca agenda when Ernesto Valverde was the manager, and he still has admirers at the club as he continues to shine bright in La Liga despite his advancing age. Any move, though, will be dictated by Barcelona's financial fair play situation in the summer. What seems clear is that Xavi wants to add another midfielder who will offer the same attributes and qualities that Pedri brings to the table. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.